Welcome back to Visual Nova. Today we're building a fully animated 3D camera movement inside DaVinci Resolve Fusion. We'll create the scene, animate the camera across multiple directions, and even add object animation with smooth transitions. By the end of this video you'll understand the fundamentals of working in 3D inside Fusion. First, we open the DaVinci Resolve Fusion panel. As you can see, right now we only have a single media out node. For now we'll set this aside. Below the viewer window, you can easily find the 3D nodes and tools. So, the first thing we're going to do is create a 3D setup. I'll take the image plane 3D node and drag it into my Fusion timeline. An image plane in 3D is basically a flat surface where you can place an image so it behaves like a 3D object. Next, we drag a Merge 3D node. The Merge 3D node is used to combine multiple 3D elements into a single 3D scene. Next, we add a Renderer 3D node. The Renderer 3D node converts your 3D scene into a standard 2D image so it can be viewed in the timeline or the final video inside DaVinci Resolve. Now, we connect the image plane 3D node to the Merge 3D node, and then connect the Merge 3D node to the Renderer 3D node like this. Next, we drag a Camera 3D node into the timeline. The Camera 3D node allows us to view and move around our 3D scene as if it were a real camera. You can pan, tilt, zoom, or orbit around the objects. We connect the Camera 3D node to the Merge 3D node like this. Now we open the Merge 3D node in the right side viewer window. Here we will do all our 3D work. Next, we connect the Media Out node to the Renderer 3D node like this. Whatever we do in 3D, its output will be visible in the right side viewer window. The left side viewer window is where we create and manipulate our 3D scene. Select the Camera 3D node, and using the Z-axis, push the camera slightly backward like this. As you can see, we currently have a completely white background because we haven't added any 3D objects yet. A quick about navigating your 3D scene. Hold Alt and press the middle mouse button, then scroll or move the mouse. This allows you to view the camera's perspective. Y-axis, move up and down. X-axis, move left and right. Z-axis, zoom in and out. This way you can easily inspect your 3D scene from different angles and prepare it for adding objects. Now I'm going to add a background for our 3D setup. So, from here I'll take a background node and connect it to the image plane 3D node. Then I'll connect this image plane 3D node to the Merge 3D node like this. Next, using the Z-axis on the right side, I'll zoom it out slightly. Now you can see our background has appeared. From the left viewer window, I'll show you the camera perspective. As you can see, whatever we're doing here in the 3D scene is appearing in the right viewer window as the final output. Now let's add some text. But before that, I'll organize the node layout a bit so it becomes easier to add more nodes later. Next, we add a text node. Along with that, we add another image plane 3D node and connect it to the Merge 3D node like this. Now select the text node, go to the text box and type your desired text. After typing the text, select the image plane 3D node, go to the transform controls, and slightly zoom in the text so it becomes more visible. Finally, we adjust the camera using the Z-axis and X-axis to get a better framing of the text like this. Next, let's organize the nodes slightly and bring in an object from the media pool. I have an airplane PNG here. So I'll drag that into the Fusion flow. Then I'll connect it to an image plane 3D node and attach that to the Merge 3D node like this. You can see the object is currently hidden behind the background and text. To fix this, select the image plane 3D node. Go to the transform controls, and push it forward using the Z-axis. The airplane looks quite large. So to adjust its size I'll add a transform node and scale it down slightly. I'll keep it around this size for now. Using the center Y-axis, I'll position the airplane above the text here. If I pan the camera toward the right, you'll notice the background starts leaving the frame. For proper camera movement and tracking, we need a larger background area. To solve this, I'll copy the existing background and image plane 3D nodes, paste them here, and reconnect the image plane 3D to the Merge 3D node. Then I'll move this copied background toward the right using the X-axis in the viewer. As you can see, when the camera moves to the right, the background continues smoothly. This creates a much better space for camera tracking and movement. Next, I want the same text that appears on the first background to also appear on the second one. So I'll copy the text node along with its image plane 3D node, paste them here, and connect them again to the Merge 3D node. The goal of this setup is simple. The camera will start at the first text. Then it will move toward the second text on the right. After that, it will move downward to a third text. It will move left toward a fourth text. To build this layout, I'll add more background sections below in the same way. I'll do this quickly to avoid repetition and keep things clear. You can see that combining 4 backgrounds has created one large surface for our camera animation. Next, I'll change the second text. I'll select the second text node, open the text box and type a new line, for example, rest from work. In the same way, I'll add 2 more text sections below. You can write any text you prefer, adjust the font, and set the size according to your design. I'll also include the font I'm using in the video description. At this point, all 4 backgrounds and their texts are ready, and we have a large 3D scene prepared for smooth camera movement. First, position the camera properly above the first text so everything is nicely framed. Select the camera 3D node and place the playhead at the very beginning of the timeline, frame 0. Go to the transform controls, and copy the current z-axis value. Then zoom the camera out until the text and the airplane object move completely out of the frame. Add a keyframe on the z-axis at this position. Move the playhead to frame 30, and paste the z-axis value that we copied earlier. You'll notice the text and airplane smoothly animate into the frame. Next, move the playhead to frame 60 and add keyframes on the x, y, and z-axis to hold this position. Go to frame 110, and using the x-axis, move the camera toward the second text on the right. Adjust the y-axis slightly to center the text properly in the frame. At frame 140, add another keyframe on the x, y, and z-axis to lock this position. Move the playhead to frame 200, and push the camera downward using the y-axis until it reaches the third text. At frame 230, add keyframes again on x, y, and z. Then go to frame 270, and move the camera toward the left side using the x-axis. This will bring us to the fourth and final text. At frame 300, add keyframes on all 3 axes once again. Finally, move to frame 340, and zoom the camera in so the text moves completely out of the frame. As you can see, our complete camera movement animation is now finished. In the left viewer window, you can clearly see how the camera travels smoothly across all 4 text sections. The movement feels cinematic and structured. Next, we'll move on to the object animation where we'll animate the airplane. Start by selecting the airplane's image plane 3D node, then position the playhead at frame 60. Go to the transform controls on the right side and add a keyframe on the x-axis. Move the playhead to frame 110, which is where the camera reaches the second text. Using the x-axis, move the airplane toward the right side so it aligns near the second text. You'll notice the airplane is slightly above the text. To align it properly, move the playhead back to frame 80 and add a keyframe on the y-axis. Then go again to frame 110 and adjust the y-axis, bringing the airplane down so it sits perfectly in line with the text. Now you can see the airplane travels from the first text to the second text along with the camera. Next, select the transform node of the airplane and add a keyframe on the size parameter. Move the playhead 10 frames forward and reduce the size to 0. This creates a nice effect. The airplane moves to the second text and then disappears smoothly. When the camera moves downward from the second text to the third text, we'll repeat the same animation process. Place the playhead at frame 140, because this is where the camera starts moving downward. In the transform node, set the size to 0 and add a keyframe. Move to frame 145, increase the size slightly so the airplane becomes visible again. While still at frame 145, add a keyframe on the y-axis. Then move the playhead to frame 200, and using the y-axis, bring the airplane downward to the position of the third text. You'll see the airplane moves together with the camera from the second text to the third text. Again, select the transform node, add a keyframe on size, move 10 frames forward and set the size to 0. This makes the airplane appear, travel with the camera, and then disappear again. It looks clean and controlled. Now we repeat the same process from the third text to the fourth text to complete the full animation. I'll fast forward through this part to avoid repetition. And that completes the airplane animation. Before showing the final preview, there's one very important step: smoothing the camera animation. Select the Camera 3D node. Open the Spline Editor. Enable the checkbox for Camera 3D. Click Fit to Zoom. Select all keyframes and press S on the keyboard. You'll immediately notice that all the camera keyframes become smooth, giving us a much more cinematic motion. Close the Spline Editor. Go back to the edit page and here is the final result. It may not be something extremely advanced, but this is a solid basic 3D animation. Through this project, you've learned the fundamentals of working in 3D inside DaVinci Resolve Fusion, including camera movement, object animation, depth control, and scene building. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial and learned something valuable. This was a basic setup to help you understand 3D space, camera movement, and object animation step by step. If you found this helpful, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more Fusion tutorials. I'll see you in the next one.